Hey people, episode 22 of Grief Talks with Noel. As always, thank you so much for deciding to check out what it is that we're going to discuss on this very night for episode 22. This is episode 22, and there are going to be a total of 25 episodes of Grief Talks with Noel. I am off next week to take the break that I take every 3 episodes, and then after that there will be one more round of 3 episodes, and then I'll be moving on to do other things. Never leaving grief support. I'll always be here for you guys, for all of us, as we journey through this together. Grief never ends. It's a process that never ends, but it does change over time. So I will always be doing things to support the hurting and the brokenhearted. It's so dear to me, and it's so real to me. So for all of us, I will still be there, just trying to offer support and comfort and love and encouragement as we trudge through the mud of this process together. But I will be moving on from this channel. The channel will always be here. I have no desire to take it down. Can't foresee any reasons why I might do that, but the channel will be here 30 years in the future if you want to look back at it for support. It might be fun actually for me to check out myself, like 30 years from now, look at myself 30 years younger. Might be interesting. But anyway, if you'd like to check out the channel, it will be here for you always. And but I will be moving on after episode 25. So I hope that you enjoyed tonight and the rest of the episodes. And again, please go back and check out the content that I've already presented. This is really solid stuff. I'm not a professional. I did not go to school for counseling or therapy or nothing like that. Psychology, nothing. I went to school for theater. But I promise you, I put heartfelt, divinely inspired thought and work into every single episode. And I'm so proud of the content that I present every single week. And I want you to take advantage of it. Don't just sit there. Don't just sit there in pain and wallow in your misery. Help us out there if you want it. But I can't help anyone who doesn't want to be helped. But I promise you, if you actually go back and watch the episodes, there's 21 episodes that precede this one. If you go back and watch them all, odds are I've said something that speaks to your situation. I firmly believe that I've covered already, I'd say 90% of what all people who are grieving go through. And that's because I know this information was given to me divinely. I didn't come up with it by myself, but I know that this idea was God inspired, and he's been the one that's, been giving me the thoughts and bringing things to me and helping me put things together. So I am here for you and for me. I'm here for us. And I encourage you to please take advantage of the material that I've put forth so far. And let other people know too. Don't just be stingy. Let other people know too. This is something, unfortunately, it's a topic that will always be relevant because there's always going to be people who are hurting from loss. It's just true. It's just the way that life goes. And so someone will always be in need of support. Someone will always be in need of this channel. And I hope that you will share this and like it and comment and subscribe and all that jazz so that we can reach the world and try to help as many people as possible. Okay? All right. Tonight is called Protect Your Peace. Pretty straightforward episode. Protect your peace. This is something that is critical during the grieving process. Like I said, the process never ends. It just changes over time. Grief is broken down into stages, not steps. It's not linear. It's not sequential. And so because of that, because the stages have a fluid manner where you can go back and forth, you might be in denial and then skip ahead to bargaining and then go to depression and then go back to anger. You might go back and forth. It's the fluidity is unidirectional. It's a two-way street. It's not like you just go one way and then that's it. You can go back and forth multiple times over. So because of that leaves a lot of room for confusion and chaos. So it's really important that as we're going through this process, this never-ending process, that we intentionally and purposefully protect our peace. Peace, the opposite of peace is serenity. The opposite of peace is confusion. Synonym for peace is serenity. I'm tired. Told you I need a break. The opposite of peace is confusion and chaos, and we have enough of that to go around. Peace is elusive these days. We're feeling so much hurt. We're feeling so much anger. We're feeling so much turmoil. We're feeling so just our emotions, we're on like an emotional roller coaster. So it's hard to find peace right now. So when you find it, you've got to protect it almost with your life. because it's that critical. It's that essential. Okay. I'm going to give you the twofold strategy, or two pieces or two components, I guess, to protecting your peace. And then that's all I got for tonight. It's just a pretty straightforward thing. Protect your peace. Here we go. First part of protecting your peace is protecting your personal space. Now that can mean physically, emotionally, or both. Physically, the first thing that comes to my mind is that I used to work for a school for students who have severe emotional and behavioral disorders. I did that for probably a combined 9 or 10 years. And one of the main tenets of the program, the therapeutic program that we used with our students, was the option to take space. And that means, hey, I'm having a hard time right now emotionally. I physically need to separate myself from people. I need my own personal space. I need to take space and keep people physically away from me, because that will help me regulate emotionally. I'm not in a good place right now. I don't need to be near anyone because that's going to mess me up even more. I need to take space. And so as you're protecting your peace during the grieving process, feel free, if necessary, to physically take space. If you've got to physically isolate yourself from people for a while just to protect your peace, do it. And anybody who doesn't understand that is not in your corner in the first place. They don't love you in the first place if they're not going to understand that sometimes you need space. Doesn't mean you don't love them, doesn't mean you don't want to be with them eventually, but right now, I need to be alone. I need to be alone with my thoughts. I need to be in the quiet. I need to figure this thing out. I need to try to self-soothe without anybody else around. It doesn't mean that you're suddenly turning into a hermit or an introvert, or maybe you are. Go back and check out episode 8, I think it is, Antisocial Butterfly. If you're not feeling very social all around right now, that makes sense. Your whole life just changed, so no one should expect you to behave the same exact way that you did before. You're in shock. You're trying to sweep up the pieces of your broken heart and your fragmented life. So you're not expected to react the same way socially that you used to. So if you find yourself wanting to be alone a little bit more as you kind of sort through your feelings, that's all right. That's okay. And anybody who doesn't understand that is more concerned with their self-interest and their selfish desires than yours. Protect your space, your personal space, okay? Feel free to take personal space if you need to, and feel free to take emotional space. Take physical space personally and emotional personal space, meaning don't let anything in your space that's going to have a detrimental effect on you emotionally. Don't let anything come into your space that's going to just like rock you. Case in point, I know what Sunday is. Sunday is the third Sunday in June. I know what social media is going to look like. I know what Facebook and Instagram are going to look like on Sunday. And I know the kind of effect that's going to have on me. Social media is going to be flooded with Father's Day posts by people who are genuine or not, whether they really like their dads, whether they honored their dad the day before Father's Day and will honor him the day after Father's Day or not. They're going to post their pictures with their fathers. That is going to impact me very negatively. So I'm going to try my absolute hardest to protect my emotional space on this coming Sunday for Father's Day and stay off of social media, because I know that's going to tear me to shreds to see everybody else's posts with their dad and I don't have current ones. So I'm protecting my emotional space, protecting my peace on Sunday. And you should do the same. Don't let anybody in your personal space, and don't let anybody in your emotional space who is going to be detrimental to you, even if you've got to hurt some people's feelings. I had to do that too. Like, even if you have to hurt some people's feelings, not on purpose, but you have to keep a positive, good temperature in your own, for your own emotional space. The emotional climate that your personal emotional climate has to stay warm. And if you let people in your emotional space that are pulling on you and draining you, even if they have their best, what they think are their best intentions at heart, that's not good for you. Protect your space. I'm blessed to have a wonderful support system in place. Like I have when I need peace, I go to the people, my loved ones. I talk to my mom. Hi, mommy. I know she's watching. She watches every single week because she's just wonderful like that. I know it's difficult for her to watch me in this capacity and see me get emotional and hear me talk about painful feelings, but my mom is such a trooper and such a supportive, wonderful, loving mom. I love you, Mom. Thank you so much for watching. So I talk to my mom a lot. I talk to my family a lot, my cousins, my brother. I talk to them a lot. I talk to my amazing boyfriend. Hi, sweetheart. I talk to him a lot too because I know he's watching too because he supports everything that I do. There's nothing that I do that he's not. He wants to just support me all the time, and he's just great. But anyway, so I talked to him. I'm blessed to have wonderful people in my life who add to my peace, but maybe that's not your story. So if that's not your story, then you have to work even more feverishly to protect your peace. Do not let anyone in your physical space who's going to mess with your peace, and don't let anything in your emotional space that's going to mess with your peace. Part 2, very simple. Personal care. Part 1 was personal space. Part 2, personal care. Self-care. This is a term that we hear, more frequently now with the increase in awareness of mental health and just taking care of oneself. Self-care is a theme that is continuously echoed right now in society, and it's so important. Carve time out every single day if possible to do something to self-soothe, to take care of yourself. You only get one of yourself, and you've got to take care of yourself. You've got to take care of yourself physically, take care of yourself emotionally. Do little things that bring you peace. Just like in episode maybe 20, I talked about making a joy list, a list of things that bring you joy. Make a list of things that bring you peace as well, and resort to that list when you need to. For me, little things that bring me peace: hot showers. Simple. Pedicures, manicures. I can't quite go get those right now, and that's making me sad. But when it's safe to go back to the pedicure and manicure shops, I will be right there, because those things bring me peace. They self-soothe me. They're part of my self-care peace maintenance plan. Music has a very therapeutic quality. Find your favorite playlist. Make a playlist of songs that make you feel peaceful. I love show tunes. So every day, as part of my self-care, I play my list, my Spotify list called My Fave Show Tunes. It's replete with Hamilton and other things like that, because I love Hamilton. But all those musical numbers that bring me peace, because my happiest place is the stage. So I listen to show tunes and imagine myself up there, and imagine the actors and actresses up there, and I feel peace. Prayer, whatever you need to do, talking to the Lord if that's your belief system, whatever you need to do, communicating with a higher power, with a deity, whatever brings you peace, and whatever is part of your self-care regimen, do these things to take care of yourself and to ultimately bring yourself peace. Protect your peace relentlessly. Personal care, protect your personal space rather, and protect yourself personally. And I messed that up. The two components that I gave tonight for protecting your peace are personal care and personal space. Personal space, personal care. Protect your personal space emotionally and physically, and practice self-care. These are two surefire ways to protect your peace. Grab onto peace, hold it, jump on it, and don't let it go, as my Nana would say. And don't let anybody take over it or mess with it or taint it. Protect your peace relentlessly and pursue peace relentlessly. And once you get it, it's so scarce right now. So once you get that thing, grab onto it and don't let it go. Protect your peace, my loves. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope that you'll check me out, not next week, but I believe it's July 1st. Let me look. Hold on. It is Wednesday, July 1st. I will be back, and I'll do July 1st, July 8th, and July 15th. And then that will be it for Grief Talks with Noel. But don't be sad. I'm not really sad, because I'm so proud of the work that I've done and what I've offered here. And I believe it's helped people. It's helped me. And I'll just be moving on to other ways of helping people. So yeah, I'll see you on Wednesday, July 8th. And in the meantime, let's keep talking. Bye.